let's just move on further towards the sums which are based on the additive identity and inverse. So the question number 1 says write the additive inverse of the following. So for the first particular fraction, we have to write the additive inverse of this particular number. So let's just start the solution set of this particular fraction as we know that the standard form that is given to us over here, the standard form of this particular fraction that is given to us is nothing but minus 7 by 19. Minus 7 by 19. We have to write the additive inverse. We have to write the additive inverse of minus 7 by 19. Minus 7 by 19. So what is the additive inverse of minus 7 by 19? As per our discussion of the additive inverse, we know that whenever we will add a number a and whenever we will add any particular number a with the negative of that number, the answer is 0, and that minus of a is called as the additive inverse. This is called as the additive inverse. So it means that the negative of this number will be the additive inverse of minus 7 by 19, obviously. So let us suppose I'm talking about the number a. Let if I'm taking the a number as minus 7 by 19. So negative of this number a, negative of a is equal to minus of a, which is equal to minus of a. What is the value of a? A is nothing but minus of 7 by 19. So minus minus plus. So the answer is nothing but 7 by 19. So 7 by 19 is nothing but the additive inverse of minus 7 by 19. So this is my answer. The additive inverse of minus 7 by 19 is nothing but 7 by 19, because whenever we will add 7 by 19 with minus 7 by 19, we will get the answer as nothing but 0. So I guess this concept is all clear to you regarding the additive inverse for this first number, that is minus 7 by 19. So let's just talk about the second part, that is 19 by minus of 6. So let us suppose the standard form. We will write the standard form first. Let us suppose we'll write the standard form of this particular number as 19 by minus of 6. We can write it also as minus 19 by 6. Both of them are same. 19 by minus 6 and minus 19 by 6. Both of them are same. So we can write the 19 by minus 6 fraction as minus 19 by 6. So again, with the same concept, we know that the additive inverse, we have to find the additive inverse of minus 19 by 6. As per the concept, we know that the additive inverse means whenever we will add a number a with minus of a, the answer is nothing but 0, where minus of a is called as the additive identity, additive inverse. Okay, this is called as the additive inverse. So let us suppose I'm taking the number a as minus 19 by 6. So it means that the negative of a is nothing but minus of a, which is equal to minus, and the value of a is nothing but minus 19 by 6. So the answer is nothing but positive of 19 by 6. So it implies that the additive inverse of minus 19 by 6 is 19 by 6. So this is my answer for the second case. So this is all about the additive inverse whenever you have to find the additive inverse of any particular number. So first of all, we'll discuss about this particular property. Means that whenever a number a gets added up with the negative of itself, then the answer is 0, and that negative of a is called as the additive inverse. So the additive inverse of minus of 7 by 19 is nothing but 7 by 19. This is my answer, 7 by 19. And for the second case, 19 by minus 6, the additive inverse of 19 by minus 6 is nothing but 19 by 6. So the answer of both the questions, I hope, is all clear to you. So let's just move on further towards the second question. The second question says that find the multiplicative inverse of the following. So the first part is 13 by 9 and the second part is minus 5 by 8 into minus 3 by 7. So let us suppose we are solving the first part first, that is we have to solve out or we have to find out the multiplicative inverse for 13 by 19. First of all, we'll write for the first case 13 by 19 is nothing but called as the standard form. It is nothing but called as the standard form which is given to us. So the standard form which is given to us is nothing but 13 by 19, and we know that the multiplicative inverse, the meaning of the multiplicative inverse is a number when get multiplied with its reciprocal, the answer is nothing but 1. So 1 by a is nothing but called as the multiplicative inverse. 1 by a is nothing but called as the multiplicative inverse. It means we have to find out the reciprocal of this particular number. So let a is nothing but 13 by 19. It implies the reciprocal of a is nothing but 1 by a. Substitute the value of a over here. The value of a is 13 by 19. So this is 13 by 19. So 19 will be in the numerator and 13 will be in the denominator. So it implies that the multiplicative inverse of a is nothing but 19 by 13, because when you will multiply 13 by 19 with 19 by 13, they get cancelled out with each other and you will get the answer as nothing but 1. So this is all about the multiplicative inverse. So the multiplicative inverse of the first number 13 by 19 is nothing but 19 by 13. So on the same note, let's just solve the second part. But first of all, we have to solve the second part in the standard form as, so the standard form for this particular number, that is minus 5 by 8 into minus 3 by 7 is negative, negative, positive, 5 into 3 in the numerator and 8 into 7 in the denominator. So this is nothing but 5 3s are 15, 8 7s are 56. So this is 15 by 56. Okay, now we have to find out the multiplicative inverse of 15 by 56. Again, we will write the concept of multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse means when a number a gets multiplied with its reciprocal, the answer is 1. So 1 by a is called as the multiplicative inverse. It means we have to find out the reciprocal of the number a. So let the number a is nothing but 15 by 56. It implies that the reciprocal of a is nothing but 1 by a, which is equal to 1. Substitute the value of a over here, which is 15 by 56. So 56 will be in the numerator and 15 will be in the denominator. So the answer or the multiplicative inverse that we get at the end of this particular question is multiplicative inverse of a is nothing but 56 by 15. So this is my answer, because when you will multiply 15 by 56 into 56 by 15, you will get the answer as 1. This is all about the multiplicative inverse, which is also called as the reciprocal of the number. So let's just move on further towards the third question, which says that verify that minus of x is the same as x for the first part 13 by 19. So we have to prove that negative of x is nothing but same as that of x. So let's just start with it. First of all, let us suppose I'm talking about the number x as 13 by 19. We have to prove that. So let us suppose I'll write it over here that we have to prove that negative of x is nothing but same as that of the x. So first of all, we know that as per the question, the value of x is nothing but 13 by 19. So first of all, if we'll multiply negative on both sides of equation number 1, let us suppose I'm calling it as equation number 1. If we'll multiply negative on both sides of these equation, so what we will get it as, it is nothing but negative of x, which is equal to negative of 13 by 19. Let us suppose I'm calling it as equation number 2. So again we have to multiply, negative on both sides of equation number 2. Okay, so when we will multiply negative on both sides of the equation number 2, we will get the answer as negative of x, which is equal to negative of 13 by 19. Because we have to multiply negative over here and negative over here as well. So negative of x should be equal to negative of 13 by 19. So we will solve it as negative positive. So this is positive 13 by 19, which is as same as that of 13 by 19, which is nothing but is equal to the value x. As per the equation number 1, we know that 13 by 19 is nothing but is equal to x. So we can call it as x. So at the end, what is the conclusion? That negative of x is nothing but is equal to x as per the equation number 1. As we know that in the equation number 1, the value of x is nothing but 13 by 19. So at the end we have proved that. So we can say hence it is proved that negative of x is nothing but is equal to x. So this is my part 1, in which we have proven it that negative of x is nothing but is equal to x for the first part, that is 13 by 19. So let's just discuss the second part. The second part says that x is equal to 11 by 15. So for the same 11 by 15, we have to show that negative of x is same as that of the x. So we will write over here that we will have to prove that minus of x is nothing but is equal to x, and let as x is given to us, which is nothing but 11 by 15. So let us suppose I'll call it as equation number 1. So the same steps we have to follow like we did over here. Multiply negative on both sides of equation number 1. So we will get it as minus of x, which is equal to minus of 11 by 15. So let us suppose I'll call it as equation number 2. We have to multiply negative on both sides of equation number 2 again. So again, after multiplying in the equation number 2 with the negative, we'll get the answer as negative of x is equal to negative of minus 11 by 15, which is equal to minus plus. So this is plus 11 by 15, which is as same as that of 11 by 15, and which is nothing but is equal to x again as per the equation number 1. So this is x as per the equation number 1. So hence minus of x is nothing but is equal to x. It implies, hence proved, we have proved that negative of a number is a number itself. So this is all about the question number 3, in which we have to prove that negative of a number is the number itself.